It's that time again. You're at work, the Wi-Fi's down, you spilled coffee on your last clean shirt and your boss is convinced you replied all on purpose. You forgot your keys, your phone's autocorrect just turned sorry for the inconvenience into sorry for the incontinence, and last night your narcissistic ex texted hey. At 2 a.m. Yep, you guessed it, Mercury is retrograding. Or, as astrologers would have you believe, it's that planetary period where communication crumbles, plans implode, and your phone decides it prefers its previous version of iOS. But is Mercury retrograde really out to get you? Or could it be that this cosmic curveball is actually an opportunity in disguise? First of all, let's get one thing clear, Mercury isn't actually moving backward. It just looks like it. About 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury appears to pause and then moonwalk across the sky. It's an optical illusion caused by Mercury's speedy orbit overtaking Earth's. Picture yourself passing a slower car on the highway. At first, it seems like the other car is moving backward, even though you're both speeding ahead. Same thing with Mercury, except, without the road rage. Of course, astronomers see this as a quirky celestial illusion, but to astrologers, it's like Mercury hitting the rewind button on life. And given that Mercury rules over communication, travel, and technology, astrologers warn that retrograde periods can wreak havoc on all three. Think of Mercury as the cosmic project manager who usually keeps everything running smoothly. When it's retrograde, it's like that project manager decided to take a 3-week vacation, without warning and with no cover. You've probably experienced the effects firsthand. Lost emails, delayed flights, with autocorrects turning meeting into mating, which makes for some awkward scheduling mishaps. Mercury retrograde is like that annoying tech glitch that makes you question if your printer has a personal vendetta against you. In astrology, Mercury isn't just another planet, it's the cosmic messenger, ruling over communication, travel, and even contracts. It's basically the universe's email server and GPS rolled into one. So when Mercury goes retrograde, astrologers believe these areas of life are bound to hit a few cosmic speed bumps. If you've ever wondered why your plans go sideways or your text messages get lost in translation, blame it on Mercury. Or at least, that's what astrologers do. But ancient astrologers didn't just see these periods as chaotic, they saw them as necessary. Mercury retrograde was a chance to slow down and reflect. Imagine it as the universe giving you a cosmic nudge, saying, hey, maybe double check that email before you hit send, or how about actually reading that lease before signing? Not as fun as cosmic fireworks, sure, but definitely practical. Astrologers often advise against starting anything new during this time, but they'll happily recommend revisiting old projects, rethinking decisions, and resolving past misunderstandings. Basically, it's like spring cleaning for your life, minus the dust and awkward family heirlooms. This is the final one for this year. Mercury's back in retrograde on November 25th, and it's going down in Sagittarius, the sign of high ideals and questionable life choices. Starting November 11th with the pre-shadow phase, we're all in for a little lost signal action, and it doesn't fully clear up until New Year's Eve. Happy holidays, right? In Sagittarius, Mercury wants us to pull over, slow down, and check the fine print on our goals, beliefs, and life plans. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure where all roads lead to wait. Have you really thought this through? There will be mix-ups and detours, but don't panic. Just channel your inner zen, laugh at the mess, and maybe carry a spare charger. This retrograde is going to hit everyone somewhere, like cosmic static in the background of your life. Expect Wi-Fi drops, misdirected messages, and a strong urge to question every impulse purchase you've made in the last 3 months. But don't freak out, it's just the universe's way of saying, hey, let's double check before you wreck it. Sagittarius, with Mercury retrograde happening in your first house, it's a full-on identity check. The first house is all about how you show up in the world, and Mercury's here to make you ask, who am I, really? You might feel like you're getting a little existential about your look, your vibe, your choices, where you are, who you're with, basically, all your life goals. This is prime time to rethink. Well, everything. Go slow, try things on, and don't panic if you feel like you're trying to find your footing. Just remember, you're not lost, you're exploring. Gemini, Mercury's retrograde in your 7th house, the land of relationships, partnerships, and those all too familiar what are we? Talks. So, if exes are popping up left, right, and center during this holiday season, or current relationships feel like they're running through mud, don't be surprised. Mercury's here to stir up the dynamics and make you question what's really working and what's not. Take this as your opportunity to reflect rather than react, don't rush into anything just because it's complicated. The dreaded return of the ex could be a well-timed opportunity to find some closure or a return to some unfinished business. If your current relationship feels like a lost cause, use this time to reflect, and once Mercury stations direct again, you'll have the clarity you are looking for. Virgo, Mercury's getting cozy in your 4th house, the realm of home, family, and emotional foundations. Expect things to feel unsettled on the home front. Family plans may go haywire, and your usual organized home might feel a bit chaotic. But it's all a chance to reassess what home really means to you. Use this time to rethink your space, reconnect with family, even if they're driving you up a wall, and make peace with a little mess. This retrograde is giving you the green light to let go of perfection in favor of comfort. Pisces, Mercury is getting all up in your 10th house, the house of career, ambition, and public image. Cue the professional plot twist. If you're feeling the urge to rebrand, switch lanes, or question what you're doing with your life, that's Mercury poking at your ambitions. Don't rush to make any big moves right now. Instead, reflect on where you want to go, what reputation you're building, and how you want to be seen in the world. Let this retrograde be your cosmic career coach, no sudden moves, just thoughtful planning. So, is Mercury retrograde really out to sabotage your life? Not quite. In fact, if you know what you're doing, it can be the perfect time to hit pause, reflect, and reevaluate. Think of it as a cosmic pit stop, a chance to pull over, check your map, and make sure you're still heading in the right direction. First up, revisit old projects. Got that half-finished novel gathering digital dust on your hard drive? Now's the time to dust it off and finish chapter 5. Mercury retrograde isn't the best time to start something new, but it's a perfect opportunity to wrap up what's already on your plate. It's like revisiting old TV shows, except instead of rewatching Friends, you're finally organizing that closet you've been avoiding since 2012. This retrograde period is also great for looking back and reflecting. Take a trip down memory lane, literally. Revisit old journals, reconnect with old friends, and reflect on where you've been. Think of it as a highlight reel for your life, except you get to edit out the cringy middle school dance moves. Relationships can hit turbulence during Mercury retrograde, but that doesn't mean you need to go into social lockdown. In fact, this cosmic chaos is the perfect opportunity for those real, honest conversations you've been dodging. Use this time to reconnect with an old friend, or finally clear the air with someone you've had tension with. But be warned, retrograde has a habit of resurrecting ghosts from the past. Cue that ex who ghosted you back in 2019, suddenly popping up with a "Hey, stranger." It might feel tempting, but not every door needs reopening. Some ghosts are better left haunting someone else's phone. Looking at you, Gemini. Despite all the silver linings, Mercury retrograde does come with its fair share of pitfalls. So here's your survival guide. Rule number 1, double-check all your travel plans. And then check them again. Mercury retrograde loves nothing more than delaying flights, losing luggage, and making sure your Uber driver misses your location entirely. Set alarms, print your boarding pass, and remember, patience is your best travel companion. Next, keep an eye on your stuff. Retrograde periods are notorious for making your belongings disappear like socks in a dryer. Your keys, wallet, and sunglasses have a mysterious way of relocating themselves to places you'd never expect, like the fridge. Not that it's ever happened to me recently. Finally, be cautious with big decisions and contracts. Mercury retrograde is a time to read the fine print, preferably twice. Otherwise, you might find yourself signing a lease for an apartment where pets allowed actually means roaches and mice included. Take your time and don't rush. After all, there's no deadline for common sense. The spotlight is on Sagittarius for this go-around, which in turn has an impact on all the mutable signs. For future reference though, you should always check which sign Mercury is retrograding in, because that sign gets a special dose of cosmic mayhem too. If it's in your sign, buckle up, it's your show this round. Here's the lineup for next year. March 14th, 2025, Mercury is in Aries. Aries folks, gear up for impulsive decisions gone wrong and tech issues messing with your fast-paced life. Double check your messages and slow down, if you can. July 17th, 2025, Mercury backtracks into Leo. Leos might feel like the spotlight's on their mistakes instead of their successes. Watch out for drama and misunderstandings in both personal and public life. November 2025, Mercury wraps up the year by retrograding in Scorpio. Scorpios could face secrets coming to light, old wounds reopening, and intense emotional misunderstandings. Tread carefully and think twice before diving deep into heavy conversations. Knowing which sign Mercury is retrograding in can help you prepare and avoid the biggest pitfalls, so keep an eye on those dates. So instead of dreading Mercury retrograde, try reframing it as a cosmic reminder to rethink, reassess, and revisit. The universe isn't out to get you, it's just trying to slow you down, like a GPS saying, recalculating. Think of it as a chance to press pause, double check your course, and make sure your destination is still where you want to go. Sure, there might be a few hiccups, like a delayed email here, or a misplaced wallet there. But instead of seeing these as annoyances, think of them as cosmic speed bumps, a reminder to slow down, look both ways, and maybe re-evaluate that next big leap. After all, even the stars occasionally need to take a step back and reflect. In the end, Mercury Retrograde isn't a cosmic conspiracy designed to ruin your life. It's a chance to slow down, reflect, and reconnect. So the next time Mercury throws you a curveball, don't panic. Embrace it. Take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and remember, sometimes, a step back is exactly what you need to move forward.